ready? Oh, okay. Thank you.
Wrong one.
Okay.
Wrong note.
Okay.
I see joy, I see peace, I see goodness surrounding me. I see love in every breath I breathe. I see God in everything. I see happiness, I see freedom. I see the beauty that lives in me. I see perfection in what life brings. I see God in everything. I feel joy, I feel peace, I feel goodness surrounding me. I feel love in every breath I breathe. I feel God in everything. I feel happiness, I choose freedom. I choose beauty that lives in me. I feel perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I choose joy, I choose peace, I choose goodness surrounding me. I choose heaven in every breath I breathe. I choose God in everything. I choose joy, happiness, I choose freedom. I choose the beauty that lives in me. I choose perfection in what life brings. I choose God in everything. I choose joy, I know peace, I know goodness surrounding me. I know love in every breath I breathe. I know God in everything. I know happiness, I know freedom. I know the beauty that lives in me. I know perfection in what life brings. I know God in everything. I know God in everything. Namaste. Namaste.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that had saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. I looked over Jordan and what did I see?
Coming for to carry me home.
A band of angels coming after me.
Coming for to carry me home.
swing low,
Swing low.
Sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a soul like me. I once was lost, but now am found. Was blind, but now I see. Was blind, but now I see.
Sometimes in our lives, we all have pain, we all have sorrow. But if we are wise, we know that there's always tomorrow. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Please swallow your pride. If I have faith, you need to borrow, for no one can feel those of your needs that you won't let show. Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you'll understand. We all need somebody to lean on. Lean on me when you're not strong, and I'll be your friend. I'll help you carry on, for it won't be long till I'm gonna need somebody to lean on. Just call on me, brother, if you need a hand. We all need somebody to lean on. I just might have a problem that you understand.
We all need somebody
to lean on. If there is a load you have to bear that you can't carry, I'm right up the road. I'll share your load if you just call me. Call me.
If you need a friend,
Call me.
call me,
Call me.
when you need a friend.
Call me.
If you ever need a friend,
Call me.
Please call me.
Call me.
Call me.
Call me.
Call me.
Call me.
Please call me.
Call me.
All right, everybody. I think we just had church. You can all go home now. No. Welcome, everyone. Unity Spiritual Center of Gulfport, Mississippi. We're happy to see all of you here. I know the weather's a little challenging this morning, but it's always, always, always better to come and enjoy each other's company and the service that's provided here. Hello to everybody out there watching online. Welcome. So let's all stand and sing, I Am the Thinker.
I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me who am I am wisdom, I am light, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. If you ask me what am I am beauty, I am joy, I am more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I can choose to be the light that brightens someone's darkest night. I'm so much more than meets the eye. I cannot be defined. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts that changes the things that shape my life. I am the thinker who thinks the thoughts. I have the power to change my life. I have the power to change my life.
I have the power to change my life. Let's take a moment to pray. If you would, get comfortable in your chair and close your eyes. This is where we go within. We feel the divine presence. We speak, we receive. This morning, we open ourselves to wisdom, to receive from the universe all that it provides to us, with clarity, for vision, to remember, for alignment, for inspiration, and for integration. We release from ourselves that which impedes this process, everything in our hearts and minds, and we allow Spirit to move in and around and through us, and we celebrate that life today, right here and now. Amen. Welcome to Unity. I see all my familiar faces. Unless you want to stand up and say hello, you're welcome to. We all know each other. Thank you for being here. Thank you for coming home, Julie. She was in California with her mother this past week. So we come together to affirm and celebrate our unity, our oneness with each other and with the source of all that is. In that spirit of unity, let us pause to enfold in light and love all people in our community and in our world. The candle of unity signifies the light within each of us and our connection to source and all that is, and so it is. And now we affirm our faith. I have faith that God is my instant, constant, and abundant supply. I have faith that God provides ways when to human sense there is no way. I have faith that God is guiding me in all ways. My health, happiness, and success are assured. And now, let's sing, I'm Ready for a Miracle. You gotta stand up for this one. There's too much energy in this
I'm
song.
ready for a miracle, ready for a miracle, I'm ready for a miracle today. I've got my mind in tune for one, ready to experience one, I'm ready for a miracle today. My mind is open, ready to receive it. My heart is open, open all the way. I do accept the miracle, do accept the miracle, I do accept the miracle today. I do receive a miracle, do receive a miracle, I do receive a miracle today. Ready for a miracle, ready for a miracle, I'm ready for a miracle today. Yeah. I got my mind in tune for one, ready to experience one, I'm ready for a miracle today. My mind is open, ready to receive it. My heart is open, open all the way. I do accept the miracle, do accept the miracle, I do accept the miracle today. I do receive a miracle, do receive a miracle, I do receive a miracle today.
You can just hear that Tennessee drawl in that violin. Thank you all. And now our wonderful, fabulous Laura Thomas will read the Daily Word.
Good morning. It's wonderful to see everyone here today. Today's word is about friendly. I greet others with a friendly and open heart. The Bible contains many stories that encourage hospitality toward strangers. For instance, Jesus welcomed everyone to his ministry, from the hungry and the sick to strangers and social outcasts. He loved unconditionally. That same loving energy is within me. When I greet others with a friendly smile, I not only am sharing one of the great lessons of Jesus, I am expanding my world and giving myself the chance to learn and grow. If I feel hesitant meeting new people, I remember how it felt to be welcomed by friendly people when I was new to a school, job, church, or town. I was grateful for those people who extended themselves in friendship to me. These memories inspire me to be friendly now. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me something to drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Matthew 25:35.
Thank you, Laura. And now for our announcements. On the back of the bulletin and also on the slide, our discussion series with Reverend Alice is going to be, it will not be held this next Sunday. She just recently had foot surgery, so Judy wanted to tell everyone she's doing well, but her class will resume on the first Sunday in May. Natural wellness class, that's Janet's group, meeting on the second Sunday of each month. We just had this past week an informative session with Linda Baker. She does Bach flower essences, and it was wonderful. It was really, really interesting, very informative. And Judy Nord, she has a group in April. You can come to her house in Ocean Springs, or you can join on Zoom. And it's 6 o'clock, correct?
6 o'clock on Wednesday.
Did I say Tuesday? No, Wednesday. I'm sorry. So the 1st through the 24th. So come for fellowship at 5:30. Zoom will resume at 6. It was right here in my notes. Sorry. Okay. And there's also information on the bulletin how you can contact her by email. I believe it's there. No, it's not. Okay. So it's
on Facebook. I posted.
It's on Facebook. If you don't do Facebook, it's Julie at nordvineyards.com. So her family used to be in the wine business. nordvineyards.com. Prayer requests. If you have any specific prayer requests, we know there's a box at the back table. You can fill out a slip of paper there and put it in the box. It will be prayed for here and at Silent Unity. And now the fabulous and incredible energy of Tammy Taylor, and her wisdom will come to the stage.
Good morning. This morning we're going to be talking about endings. Yes, endings. So, by a show of hands, how many of us have had traumas and dramas in our lives? But now we try to fly under the radar so that the universe doesn't pick us for another trauma and drama. Anybody? Lots of trauma and drama. So if you let's look at our bulletin on page 2. Down at the bottom. Remember Wile E. Coyote? He had trauma and drama every day. He just kept on. He just plugged along to his next one, and then he had trauma and drama, and the next day, he just kept on. He had a new one, and he just dealt with it and plowed ahead. Look at that one down at the bottom on that bear trap. You ever felt like that? Where you're in the middle of some kind of trauma and drama, and you're just trying to hold it together. And then finally it just snaps. So, transition. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. That's from Celica, but there was a song that had that in there. Does anybody remember that song? Come on, some of you music people. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. It was a very popular song. Nobody? Closing time. Remember? Who said that? Yes, closing time. So, some traumas and dramas that we survive are the death of a child or parent, the death of a pet, and let's not discount that because sometimes our pets are our family, and sometimes they're better than the family we were given. And so it could take years, and it sounds silly when you're trying to live through the death of a pet that has taken your family's place, but it takes a long time to get over that. Some other traumas are divorce, and that could be an unexpected divorce. Some kind of serious illness that you weren't expecting. A financial disaster that you didn't know. Sometimes we know, and we create those financial disasters, but sometimes things happen where we just don't expect what's getting ready to occur. So, any other unexpected events? Can anybody think of any other unexpected events? Yes. Oh, that's perfect. An accident. The loss of a house where you have to, your house is foreclosed on. So every one of those changes is a certain type of death. And for sure, it is an ending. And so life forces upon us transitions, and transitions are a process. Each transition has 3 stages. The ending, which is the funeral, or, moving out of the house, or, now what are you going to do after the illness, the void, and then the new beginning. So, the void. The void is where everything happens. That's where all the violence occurs. Because, first of all, you don't want to accept the ending. So you do all these things for a very, very long time not to accept the ending. You just keep going in your regular way, and you're just like pretending that that's not true. And then it like prolongs the agony, and we do it to ourselves. But also, life is like riding on a roller coaster. So where you ever seen those big old roller coasters and you go way down like that, 100 miles an hour, and then you flip and go around in a circle? My life is like that. It's always going from one thing to another. I wondered if the universe picked me to go through that. Just, one thing. I have a friend that never has any trauma or drama. I just want her life. Every time she's just like, oh, I'm like, nothing ever happens. And she goes, yeah, it does. But I'm like, name the 3 things that happen when you have the trauma and the drama. Mine escalates, and then it goes down, and then it goes back up, and then it slams back down. Hers doesn't do anything. She's one of those ones that drives slow in the left lane. I just know it. But anyway, we resist change because it confronts us with our fear of the unknown. We don't want the unknown. We want the known, and we don't care. We'll take the known, and even if we're stuck for years, you ever been stuck in a situation and you don't get out of it? You just stay stuck because it's comfortable. But it's not. It's comfortable misery is what it is. So the void. And also, each transition, the 3 stages always occur in that order. They don't occur any other way. Like you don't have an ending and then all of a sudden a new beginning. You have to go through that ending and then the void. So when you become a professional transitioner, and a lot of us are, you know that you have to do things when something comes to an end. And it could be a relationship you need to get rid of, a relationship of any kind. Sometimes we have to get rid of people in our family. Sometimes we have to get rid of, and we really do, sometimes we have to get rid of people that we work with, even though that's real hard. You know, every day we pray like, God, maybe they'll get a fabulous job in another state. Well, whatever it is that you pray for them, make sure it's something very wonderful because it might happen to you. So if you pray for them, God, maybe they'll make a whole bunch of money in another state. Be good with it because it might happen. But so you take the void and you're working on that void. And the void serves a very valuable purpose. In that void, you have to be productive. And by productive, that means you have to consciously make a decision to grow. You can't just say, oh, I hope this hurries up and gets over with so the new beginning will come. You have to create in that void. And let me tell you, that void might last a long time, so you have plenty of time to do all kinds of stuff. One time, I got a college degree in a void. It was the best thing ever. That was one time. And I quit smoking one time in a void. And that was years ago, but it taught me that what you have to do is you have to know that you have to be productive, because that sets your new beginning up for something very fabulous, and that you can embrace that. So you can't sit on the sofa and watch Dancing with the Stars and all of a sudden, poof, the new beginning comes. And it doesn't happen that way. So that void, also, you have to organize that void. Organize the void, what does that mean? You know, when things are happening, you have to say, hey, I'm probably going to be going through a new normal. Now, I have to set myself up for that new normal, whatever it is. If it's like some kind of illness, you have to learn about what you're going to be dealing with, don't you? You can't just sit there and let other people tell you what you're going to be doing and then just endure it and wait for the new beginning. You really do have to have hope, and you have to organize that and decide what you're going to do to be productive in your void that lasts for a very long time, because how long does that ending last? The ending, sometimes it's quickly and sometimes it lasts for a bit, but it doesn't last nearly as long as the void lasts. So that void is where you're going to get everything and set yourself up. So also, these 3 stages parallel an ancient ritual known, which I found very interesting, as a rite of passage. It's a symbolic death and a rebirth. And that's very interesting, because even if you're going through a divorce, it's a death and then a rebirth. How many people were just sitting there and then went to get a divorce? Maybe it was unexpected or whatever, and they just were sitting on the sofa and died from some kind of ending. We don't, unless, we make choices that aren't very popular. So each rite of passage has 3 stages: separation, initiation, and return. Separation, initiation, and return. So you're separating from your former life, right? And then initiation, which is that void So you're learning how to be productive. You're learning how to morph into your new life. And then you return, and you return into a new person, hopefully, most of the time. Because life forces change upon us. So this is an example of a rite of passage, marking the end of childhood and the beginning of adulthood. The child dies, not really that, but the childhood dies and is reborn into the adult world with a new identity and a new power. So everything in our visible world has a beginning and an end. Each beginning is a birth. Each ending is a death. So then you still have that void. And most of us don't handle endings well. Just like I said, we just sit there and we do all kinds of stuff, kick and scream, and throwing fits, and then bashing others and doing all that kind of stuff. That doesn't do anything. And it doesn't do anything to abuse others either. And you can't make excuses. Oh, they're just upset. No. It's the thing that you have to endure and the thing that you have to live with and go through. So, no outer circumstance is the real source of happiness. That is extremely important because we always want someone else to be our source of happiness. That doesn't happen. Honor endings, but do not worship them. Take them seriously, but not too seriously. And sometimes if we're in that thing where we're stuck and there's an end, and whatever it is, in a relationship or whatever, if they go, it's not nearly as bad as you thought. Maybe you miss some stuff, but maybe not everything. Maybe you're like, God, I don't have to listen to that anymore. I don't have to deal with, them being hungry all the time or whatever. So the endings, you look at the endings overall, especially the older you get. I think the younger you get all freaked out. But the older you get, you realize it really is not that bad. And then we don't always know the cause of an ending. But life is like a schoolhouse, isn't it? We come here to learn, and we come here to grow, and we come here to evolve. If we're not doing that, it's forced on us. Just telling you. It's not meant to be comfortable, because when you're comfortable, I always wonder, when's the shoe gonna drop, and then go into another aspect. But really, all of the horrible things that I've endured have brought fabulous things. I mean, it just has. So, even if you have, some kind of sickness, you have to know that there's going to be something going on, or you have to learn there's always some kind of acceptance that happens for your end. So, can anybody tell me what I said about the 3 stages of transition? What are the 3 stages of transition? Who said that? That's the rite of passage. Yes. What is... Here you go. Yeah. That's for listening. How about that? It's keep a true Lent. Let me tell you, Lent And Charles Fillmore will tell you, it's all tied in with transition and rebirth. So the transition and the rebirth, that needs to be embraced. If you don't embrace it, you're just going to keep, denial is not a river in Egypt. And that's going to be one of the things. You'll learn how to embrace what you need to embrace. And what's next? Because you'll be jerked around. The other night, I took my little grandsons. One of them is a bonus grandson, but he counts. I took them to the Paradise Pier. Do y'all know where that's at? And we rode this little kiddie roller coaster. And it reminded me of my life. We went up, and then it spun around, and they were out back there screaming, and I was like, this is really reminiscent of what goes on. They didn't have a clue. And they were like, whoa, wasn't that fun? And I was thinking, yeah, that was fun. And then we went down like that, and then we did all this kind of stuff. And that just is one of those things where, transition is on its way. So thank God, your endings, and deal with your endings. That way you can do your void, and then you can do your new beginning. If you do your void right, your new beginning is very fabulous because you're prepared for it, and you prepared yourself for it. So in conclusion, be aware when we are going through a transition and morphing into someone new. And remember that the universe is bringing us to a new level of spiritual growth. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Tammy. And now we're going to do a brief song, Inside to Find My God.
I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this world as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. I will leave this day as it is, go inside to find my God. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is more than enough. Inside there is peace, inside there is joy, inside there is sacred love. I will leave this life as it is, go inside to find my God. this life as it is. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God. Go inside to find my God.
All right, well, we're getting out of here a little early this morning, folks, because Tammy's message was so complete and so concise. And thank you so much, Tammy, for putting that together. It was a really, really beautiful message. Thank you. So, while she was speaking, I was thinking about an experience I had this week. I belong to a group, if you all don't know, it's called CASA. It's a court-appointed special person? Advocate. Thank you. I never get that right. So what I'm doing is I'm representing children that are they're taken from their home for various reasons by CPS, Child Protective Services, and those children are under that protection until they can be placed either with a relative, back with the family, or a foster care. So in the meantime, if you know anything about the court system, it's really, really, really slow. And in that slowness, which I kind of appreciate, is the consideration of all the parties, which in the past may have not been so, meaning that the wants and wishes of the child, the wants and wishes of the parent may not have been adequately considered. So I'm in Harrison County. I represent Harrison County. We have other advocates in Stone County and also in Hancock County. And so in this organization, my role as a CASA is to get to know the child or children, and we go to their placement, either to their foster home or to a relative, wherever they're staying. We gather information so that we can be eyes and ears for that child to present to the court. We write up documents to the effect of what is it the child wants, what are the needs and the best needs and placement for this child. And so, in doing this, our group, I have to give a plug for them because they are the greatest one on earth. I think they're doing such a fabulous job. Every month they provide us with education. And that education keeps us abreast of what's coming and what's current with CASA and with CPS and so forth. I was there on Friday. Here's our noisy little children. I was there on Friday, and the class was TBRI, and that is Trust-Based Relational Intervention. And this is training by Karen Purvis. She started this movement back, I think, in the 1990s. And it has to do with addressing the needs for children who are disruptive, who have traumas, and either in the school setting or wherever they might be. And I think this is apropos anywhere. But one of the things that Tammy spoke about, and the reason I'm telling you this whole big story, is they gave us this scenario of a child that's on the playground. Everybody's out there having fun, the energy's high, they're playing ball, they're hitting each other, usual kid stuff. And then they got to come in from recess, and they got to sit down, and they've got to focus, and they've got to do a task, right? Well, the mind and the body don't work that way. So what was pointed out to us is there needs to be a time of transition. Those transition times are when you can settle the body, and when the body becomes settled, the mind is settled and clear. Then it can focus. When we are focused, we are much more productive, and we are much more at our best. So consider that in your life. Just as Tammy was telling us, we need time to move from that state where we were to the new state that we're going to be. And I think it's just a lesson for life. So thank you, Tammy. And now, we will resume. Thank you, everyone, for being here and having such a great experience. This was wonderful. We're going to give expression to our appreciation for all that's offered here at Unity of Gulfport. Please take your offering in your hands and say along with me, divine love through me blesses and multiplies all that I am, all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive. I give in love and I trust in God. Thank you.
Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that sees who you are. We are of one mind, we are of one heart. Welcome to a place that knows the truth, that God is everything. God is me, God is you. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God. Welcome to a place that knows you as God.
Thank you. And now, I'm not Reverend Judy, but I'll do my best. Thank you for these gifts and tithes. They are welcomed into this group, and they will be used for the highest good we know, for each and all of us, and the blessings they will restore to us that we can share with the world. Let them be multiplied 10 times for the giver and the receiver, heaped up, pressed down, and running over. Amen. And now, let's bring up our young people. And if you all stand, we will bless these children.
We love you, we bless you, we appreciate you, and we behold the Christ in you, empowering you to do great things.
Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow, to take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well.
That's pretty good.